Over the weekend, I went to my declutter buddy's house with several years worth of old tax paperwork. We had a shredding date. It was interesting to see how we both kept ridiculous records of expenses and how detailed we were. Similar systems with 3-ring binders and subject dividers. Anyone else use that system? We also found evidence of how honest we were. She found an envelope of dry cleaning receipts totaling $30, and on the outside of the envelope, she had written, "Did not deduct," because the receipts were for personal cleaning, not work-related. I found a copy of a letter I sent to the unemployment department because I had accidentally left out some earnings one week. I apologized for my mistake and sent them a copy of my check stub for a whopping $23.75. The earnings didn't even make a difference in my claim because the first $25 you earned didn't count. I knew this rule, even referenced it in my correspondence, and yet I still sent the letter because I didn't want them to think I had intentionally failed to report the earnings. I glanced through some of my old receipts and I saw specific items from 1998 that I only recently parted with. It took me almost 20 years to let those things go. If that isn't disposophobia, I don't know what is. Seeing the dollar amount I spent on these things did not feel good. One itemized receipt was probably a foot long and totaled over $900. This receipt wasn't from a store that sold expensive designer clothes. It was from a store equivalent to Target. More than $900 worth of things like pens, notebooks, envelopes, cosmetics, towels, craft supplies, sewing notions. A receipt of that length with that many purchases was more appropriate for a family of 5, not a single woman. I can't believe I bought all that crap. At the time, I obviously had no inkling what was going on, that I was setting myself up for some really fucking hard times down the road. That's what's so awful about this condition. When you're in the midst of digging yourself into a very deep, dark hole, you're unaware. In 1998, I was on the upswing in a new career. I was really ambitious and busting my ass in a new line of work. I had an active social life. I was dating. No clue what was waiting for me 10, 15 years ahead. It made me physically sick to see that receipt. On the bright side, I don't get foot-long receipts like that anymore. My shopping has decreased tremendously. In fact, buying things usually scares the bejesus out of me. I also came across itemized lists of things I had donated decades ago. One list included a gray Ann Taylor turtleneck sweater. I remember that exact sweater, and I wish I had it now. Donor's remorse.